In today's fast-changing markets, businesses can't depend on long development cycles that might not meet customer needs. The Lean Startup Method, developed by Eric Ries, offers a new way to innovate using the Build Measure Learn loop. This approach focuses on creating a small, testable version of a product, measuring how customers respond, and then learning from that feedback to decide the next steps. It's simple but powerful. It helps reduce waste by avoiding building things customers don't want, speeds up the time it takes to get a product to market, and supports decisions based on real data rather than guesswork. Throughout this presentation, we'll look at how this cycle works in real businesses, how to apply it effectively, and the benefits and challenges leaders should be aware of as they adopt this method. Teams rely on real customer data rather than opinions or internal biases to decide what to build next. This approach encourages a culture of experimentation where teams test their ideas, learn from failures, and continuously refine their understanding of customer needs. It also improves customer alignment by involving customers early and often, allowing products to evolve based on actual behavior instead of assumptions. To apply the Build Measure Learn cycle effectively, you start with a clear hypothesis, which includes a belief about what customers want, a measurable behavior that will confirm this belief, and a success threshold. For example, you might hypothesize that small business owners will pay for automated invoicing and decide you'll know this is true if a certain percentage of users upgrade after trying a free tool. Next, you build the minimum viable product, or MVP, which is the smallest thing you can create to test your hypothesis. This could be as simple as a landing page with a sign-up button or a basic manual service running behind the scenes. This cycle requires discipline, but by focusing on these steps, teams can make informed decisions that drive product development forward. When developing a new product, it's helpful to start with something simple, like a clickable mock-up or a basic feature set without automation. You can also create a video demonstration, as Dropbox did early on. The key is to focus on learning rather than aiming for perfection right away. Next, measurement is crucial and must be intentional. Avoid vanity metrics such as likes or page views, as they don't necessarily indicate real progress. Instead, concentrate on actionable metrics that tie directly to your hypothesis, such as conversion rates, retention rates, time to complete a task, willingness to pay, and customer activation milestones. To collect and analyze this data effectively, use tools like analytics dashboards, A/B testing platforms, customer interviews, and heat mapping tools. After gathering and analyzing this information, the team needs to decide whether to persevere, meaning to keep improving the product and refining the user experience because the hypothesis is validated, or to pivot, which involves changing direction when the hypothesis is disproven. Pivoting is not failure, it's a way to progress. Common pivot types include focusing on a single feature that users love, broadening the product scope, targeting a different customer segment, or changing the delivery channel of the product. This process helps ensure you build something customers truly want. Sometimes, finding a different technology approach can be crucial, especially when the goal is to learn quickly and act decisively. Looking at real examples helps clarify this. Dropbox used a simple 3-minute video as a minimum viable product, which quickly validated strong customer interest through sign-up conversions. Airbnb started with a basic website and manual photography of hosts' apartments to measure actual bookings, proving people were willing to rent out their homes. Zappos tested demand by manually listing shoes from local stores and purchasing them only after a sale happened online, allowing them to learn that customers were ready to buy shoes this way. Buffer launched a 2-page website asking users whether they wanted the product and showing pricing plans, which helped validate demand before any real product development. These examples show how building small, measuring real customer responses, and learning from the data enables startups to make informed decisions and pivot their technology or strategy effectively. The Build Measure Learn cycle offers several clear benefits. It speeds up innovation by helping teams quickly identify what works and what doesn't. This approach reduces costs by avoiding the creation of unnecessary features or products. It also keeps development focused on the customer, allowing products to evolve based on actual user behavior. Additionally, it encourages flexibility, making pivots a normal and accepted part of the process. Resources are used more effectively since teams concentrate on validated opportunities rather than assumptions. However, there are some challenges. Sometimes teams misunderstand the minimum viable product, building something too minimal which can hurt customer perception. Adopting this method also requires a cultural shift, as organizations accustomed to long planning cycles may resist rapid experimentation. Data can be misinterpreted if measurements aren't designed carefully, leading to incorrect conclusions. Moreover, This approach isn't always suitable for high-risk industries like aerospace or healthcare, where more thorough upfront planning is necessary. Finally, there is a risk of focusing too much on short-term results, which can limit long-term strategy. Teams sometimes get caught up in aiming for quick wins and lose sight of the long-term strategy. The Build Measure Learn cycle from the Lean Startup methodology is more than just a technique for developing products, it's a way of thinking that helps organizations deal with uncertainty by testing assumptions early and continuously learning from the results. When done right, this approach lowers risks, speeds up innovation, and ensures products really meet customer needs instead of being based on guesses. That said, it isn't a simple solution that works automatically. It demands discipline, careful measurement, and the readiness to change direction when the data shows it's necessary. For leaders and teams who commit to this way of working, the Build Measure Learn loop provides a strong framework for managing complexity and creating products that truly connect with the market.